Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today we're gonna be converting this little boy. I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea what to build today, and this is one of the cars that I have from when I really started my YouTube channel. And oh, let's just fix the light, that's gonna be probably better. And he was just gathering dust for a while, so I just stripped him, and I was just like, what are you gonna do with it? But you know, today is Wasteland Wednesday, and I want to build something, yeah, so I decided to just start working on it because you know, overthinking stuff usually don't work into my advantage, yeah. So I decided to get those two barrels and just fix them in here, so this is gonna be his extra fuel storage, yeah. The connection probably gonna be only here and somewhere in here, yeah. So again, just a tiny bit of super glue and we have extra fuel, yeah. It already looked much better than what it looked before. Now we're gonna add this as a platform on top of everything, so just a little bit of a super glue, yeah, not too much to don't get, you know, into any troubles with the super glue fanatics. And I was like, oh, he looks like he needs something, you know, fancy on the side, so we're gonna just install this little bit. I don't have a clue what it is, yeah, but it looks fancy, so yeah, we're gonna fancy it up. It's gonna go in here just to the front of the front doors, so we're gonna be still pretending that that functionality of the doors is still there in place, yeah. And again, I have no clue what is this. I just 3D printed that. I'm gonna leave it as is. Maybe it's a weird looking mirror for trucks or something. That would actually make sense. Whatever. We need a gun, so I took this stubby little boy, yeah, and we're just gonna glue it on the hood on the passenger side. So roughly in here. And so we have our Daka, and you know, since he is a hunter, he gonna get a trophy of a mutated head of a mutated creature. So this comes from the Citadel skull set. We're just gonna put it in here, yeah, on the front. A little bit crooked because of that gun, but you know, who cares? Who cares? We're gonna just bend it ever so slightly, so it's not gonna be so annoying. There we go. That's my boy. Yep. And again, just a tiny bit of super glue, not too much. Not like it have to swim in it. And there we go. So that's our first conversion in here. Now I want this to be working as a base, so we're gonna cut this out. There's still a little bit of a pin inside, I guess. Yep, there is. Let's try to push it out. All right. So we're gonna put this on top. What is there still annoying me? Just like a little bit of this. And then we're gonna take this thingy, it is like a crane part, and we're gonna mount it on top. And then we're gonna take this, and this is gonna be our wrecking ball. And we just need a chain to connect it together. But first, let's just mount the wheel in place, because this is gonna be our rotating item. I'm gonna be honest, I do this for so many years, and somehow, even though I play orcs, I never build a wrecking ball, which is shocking, because you know, you would think that after doing Wastelands for so long, you would eventually come across the wrecking ball idea, yeah. I came across this very, very early and never just acted on it. Then we need some chains. This is a tiny bit of chain, so we're just gonna cut it yay much. Yeah, and now I have to figure out how to get this tiny little chain to attach to this tiny little thing, so it's gonna be fun. Like always, a little bit of super glue. Sorry, it's gonna be just my fingers visible in the in the viewer if I know my how I do stuff. Okay, it was actually easier than expected. Just want to push it through a little bit. And of course it stayed on the blade instead of the toy car, so yes, 150% victory. Okay, no, what am I gonna do? Just glue it like that. I wanted to make it look like it makes sense, but then it's gonna be a very poor connection. And now my finger is gonna get connected to it. Yep. Sorry, it's just me. It's just me not being patient enough. And get off. There we go. Okay. And now I will just drill a little bit of a hole in that plastic rod, just to have the chain to be able to go into some sort of a receptacle. Yep, and we're gonna just put a little bit of super glue. No, I wanted to do it less. Believe me, this time I wasn't messing around. And we're gonna hold it like that for next 15 minutes. Like a numbskull, yeah? So I'm gonna wait for this to dry and I'm gonna be back. Okay, so our wrecking ball is fixed to the car. It works, it is swinging, it's funny, which is the most important part. So I decided that I want to add as well some sort of a maybe bunch of camo netting, that he's gonna be carrying in case if he needs to leave his car. So we're just gonna add it in here on the back. I should probably glue it together because it's gonna fall apart. It's what is it made of? It is just one of the wet wipes, yeah, that I cut into smaller pieces and roll together. And I'm gonna be honest, yeah, maybe we can throw like a spare engine on top, just to fill up the space. Nah, that's too much. Oh, come on. I have a couple of mismatched wheels in here that I can just toss, as something that he may be carrying as well. Yeah, just a couple of spare wheels. I'm just gonna put them like that on the roof. Whoever he is, he knows that finding, tires in one piece is a tiresome endeavor in the Wastelands. So yeah, basically that's our car build. Yeah, I don't want to add, I have meshing, and everything, but I don't want to add it to the windows. I think that he already have enough of madness with him. And I gotta be honest, for a car which was 3-pack for 150, this one actually looks already awesome. Now I need to undercut it, so it's gonna take some time. I'm actually considering just using a rattle can for the base color, but I think it's gonna be a lot of hassle, so I'm just gonna wait and do the black undercut more likely than not. And I'm gonna be back in, probably an hour or so when everything is dry. Yeah, for you it's gonna be just a few seconds. I are back. So this was a easy build. We're gonna try to make it as easy paint job. So metallic, yeah, but I love this entire idea. So we're just gonna go with the layer iron breaker and dry brush the entire thing, and then we're gonna pick up a couple of spots with different colors. So I took like a little bit smaller dry brush to be able to get everywhere with the paint, so we're going in here. Of course, the gun have to be dry brushed as well. Their front, just like, I think with the Mad Max car itself was kind of, you know, darkish metallic as well, the Interceptor. Gonna be honest, I haven't watched the original movies in a while, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, so we have this metallic on those surfaces, and with this, you know, bowing out the wheel wells, it actually works freakishly well. Obviously I didn't touch the chain with the paint because there was no point. It was nicely rusted, so you don't have to put more effects on it. And now this is gonna be a little bit over brush instead of a dry brush, because you can see it is still kind of wet, so it's gonna mess with me. Now inside of the wheels there is a lot of paint still, so, and there we go. So that's our first layer. It's not pretty yet, but it works, so that's the most important part. Now quick pickup for that skull in the white-ish color. So we have, of course, the base Corax white. Yeah, it should be actually a Corax gray in my opinion, because it's not the white color, but you know, it have this platinum thing to it as well. Yeah, so we're just gonna go and just pick it out fairly aggressively. And the same thing we're gonna do for that tarp on the back, because I want to later on maybe use some sort of beiges or something. So there we go. I'm not touching, of course, the wheels because they're supposed to be this color. Yeah, and I could probably use I'm gonna just leave the tanks as well as it is. The only thing else that we have to pick up is pick out in lighter color at the windows, because they are not done. So we're just gonna pick them out in the light color, and then we're gonna go and do the blue color for it. Yeah, because we are still pretending that the sky is blue in the post-apocalypse, not orange. Well, in any kind of a apocalyptic world. Actually, I'm just wondering, you know, if the word post-apocalypse or apocalypse in this kind of situation applies, because you know, post-apocalypse, of course, it suggests that the apocalypse already happened, and that's it. Yeah. So since people still kind of exterminate each other, is the apocalypse the event, yeah, that led to the destruction of society? Yeah, or is it that ongoing process basically that is leading to destruction of society? I'm just wondering, you know, how it is defined. Yeah, because, for example, let's just say that you have a planet that is ongoing destruction or something, I wouldn't call it post-apocalypse. I would say it is a apocalypse at that stage. So yeah, I have weird thoughts again, usual. Yeah, I'll be back in 5 minutes when this dries a little bit. So our road warrior is almost done. We just need to paint that skull. Then we need to paint that, I don't know, tarp, and it's gonna be done. So we're first using the polished bone. Like always, I take too much of it, but that's okay. We're gonna use the rest in here on the tarp. It's gonna be just for soaking it, because as you can see, it doesn't really do much. Then we're gonna go with the leather color. I wanted to have a little bit of browns in here, although metallics and browns, you know, they are okay together, but not brilliant. And I like the fact that it is kind of uneven. Well, not kind of, really uneven. There is no kind of in here. And then we're gonna use the Highlord Blue for our windows. And that's, you know, pretty much the build done for the day. Which is kind of shocking, because I only started doing that about an hour ago. So for me, this is good efficiency lately, although I know that I was able to make a build in 15 minutes before. It's just lately I put a little bit more effort, I guess. In most cases, majority of the time that I put in is to trying to figure out what I really want to do with the build. Yeah, but this, I was just searching the entire thing about the wrecking ball. I was just searching through the pieces that I have. I was just thinking what to put on top of this, because I wanted to have that rack, that those fuel tanks. And I was like, what am I gonna put on top of that? And I noticed this and I was like, oh, wrecking ball. So yeah, this is it, you know, build, done. I don't gonna do any more weathering. It's okay as it is. It doesn't always have to be dirty. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be clean either. Yeah, but this one is just what I wanted. Yeah, there is still a little bit of that red showing off from that red rack, and of course that blue gonna clarify itself very, very quickly. Yeah, but this is it for today. If you like this video, you know what to do. Rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, family, and whoever will watch it. Everyone have a great day and take care. Bye bye.